Some other people then.
Yeah. Well, that was the point. That was the point. He said, I am not allowing them criminals, what I consider to be, to eat away at these poor innocent people who have no idea who they are, what rights they've got, and what's going on in this, what I consider, criminal establishment. So, after about 20 minutes, I thought, well, there's no point. I'm going to go out and have a cigarette. So I went out and had a cigarette, and a policeman turned up. Anyway, I think he got the names. I've no idea. But I filled in a witness statement. Excuse me, that's some water. Filled in a witness statement at Dalgety Police Station, which is there. And that was that. And a week later, I said, what's happening? He said, nothing. It's been sent, it got took out of my hands, and it's been passed back to the court. Right, so anyway, date of view hearing 9/11. 9/11. Veronica Chapman was with me. It's quite good fun actually. So the second time I turned up at court, this time it was Carnarvon Court, and there was, I assume, a district judge. He may have been a judge.
Priest.
Well, whatever he was, he was circumambulating the bench.
Ooh.
Now, for those who don't know what circumambulating is, I suggest you get a Masonic dictionary out and have a look. Right? Circumambulating. Circum as in, you know, circum. Mambulating. It's in any Masonic dictionary online, you'll find out what it is. Yeah.
Tell us, Dave.
Go on.
He was surveying, travelling from west to east, trying to find the light. Right. Anyway, so 11th of September turns up. I've got 3 witnesses with me this time, and I'm going to read it to you. I'm going to try and be as quick as I can. Right. This was part of my defence, if you like. To the Clerk of Justices, this statement is presented on behalf of the natural person and legal person who is entitled to employ the legal identity of Dave Jones. This does not imply that specifically, thank you Rob, I'll sub most of this, but anyway, this does not imply that specifically the person of David as a natural person is obligated under any binding agreement, treaty, convention, law or regulation to adopt the legal identity except under extreme situations where I have cause to exercise my fundamental freedoms and human rights, blah blah blah, and it goes on for quite some time. There's, I think, 3 pages of it. I think there's 3 pages of it. Right, I think there's actually there might be 4 pages of it. There's 4 pages. At arm's length, none as subject. Right. Sent that certified post to them. That's before I actually got into the court on 9/11. So I was expecting a bit of a battle. Especially when it turned out to be a judge. Well, I assumed him to be a judge.
A magician.
But when he was circumambulating, I don't know. So, he then said to me, are you David Jones? I said, no, I'm David of the Jones family. Names have been changed. He said, are you Mr. David Jones? I said, no, I'm David of the Jones family. And he said, get out of my court, you have no business here, you're free to go.
Oh, I like the fact he says you're free to go, that's interesting.
I went. And I turned to my right, and Veronica she went. I went. And he said, get out of my court, you've no business here, go. So 2 gas fitters come along and pushed us out. And as we got through the double doors, he said, I'm putting an arrest warrant out for Mr. David Jones.
That's fine, it's not you.
And I thought, I got out and I sat down, I've had enough of this. I'm ringing the police again. So the police wouldn't come. They said, according to Kerry at the call centre, and I've got a number here, right, because she's implicated as well. She made a legal determination that it was a civil matter. That's what she said. She said, no, that's not criminal, that's civil. No, 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 we're not coming. So, we went down to the police station, and a sergeant, sorry, a PC, can I say names? Why is to say names at this stage?
X and Y's now if you want.
Yeah. There you go, that's it, right. You could, anyway, he came down after about half an hour, and he went, no, don't want to speak to you, I'm not speaking to you. No, absolutely not. Now this is in front of 3 witnesses. Right, so back this up. No, not interested. I said, I want to put, no, I'm not taking any complaints, not taking any statements, not interested. I've been asked to give you that from the court. And it says new hearing date. PC, whatever it is, from Carnarvon's letter again, 2 days later. And it says, I'm writing to inform you that the above hearing, the court issued a warrant with bail for your arrest. On arrest by police, you will be remanded on bail to attend court on 9th of October, Tuesday gone, at 12 noon. Please note that the trial may proceed in your absence and you may be committing an imprisonable offence should you fail to attend the court on the next occasion. I got that. I went, what the hell's all this about, you know? So I got home, it was on the mat on Thursday night when I got home. It was about 8 o'clock when I got home. What the hell's all that about? So I rang them in the morning, so I rang the court the next morning and spoke to somebody called Mark. I won't say his surname. And I said, case number blah 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 blah. I've got a letter here saying that there is an arrest warrant out for Mr. David Jones. What the hell's going on? Why is the arrest warrant out? He said, I was in court on Tuesday and the judge told me to get out, I had no business there. On 2 occasions in front of 3 witnesses. Is that the dog? That's okay. I thought somebody had terrible wind in the back there. And this chap called Mark on the phone said, it's not a live warrant. I said, what do you mean it's not a live warrant? He said, well, it's only if you don't turn up on the next time, the warrant then becomes live and you will be arrested, blah, blah, blah. I said, so don't need to worry about having a few drinks tonight, and, you know, because I don't want to be dragged out of my bed 3 o'clock in the morning after I've had a few gills and then saying something that I may regret later. No, 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 it's not live. Okay, all right, fine. So I read it again, and I read it again, and I read it again. I thought, that doesn't smell right, that does not smell right at all. I'm going along to the local police station, Marsh Lane. So at Marsh Lane, I passed the letter to the girl, and hang on a sec, I'll go and get somebody. Explained to her that I was at the court and the judge, and he said, you've got no business here, get out, and all the rest of it. With my 3 witnesses, one which was standing next to me at the police station, by the way. A constable come out the side door about 10 minutes later, and he said, Mr. Jones, and I said, no. He said, I am commonly known as da-da-da-da-da. And he said, what's your date of birth? I said, I haven't got a clue, it's that long ago, you know. And he said, well, I said, I don't know. I said, both of my parents are dead. So anything I say is hearsay, because it can't be verified, blah, blah, blah. And he said, well, I said, allegedly, and I told him my date of birth, right, allegedly. And he said, well, the warrant is live, and I'm going to have to arrest you. And I told him what had happened at the court. So this policy enforcer, just doing his job. I said, before you arrest me, I want to record it. Okay, fine. And it's on my phone, the whole record, you know, it's there. And I said, I want you to note that anything I say or do after you've arrested me is under duress. Yeah, okay. Okay, fire away. So we recorded the arrest. Right, you don't have to say anything unless you wish to do say anything unless you like that. Do you have got anything to say? He said, no comment. He said, okay, do you want to come with me? I said, yeah. I said, where's the handcuffs? Oh, no, no, you can't. You come with on your own steam. You seem like a reasonable guy. I said, okay, fine. Right. So we got on the back of the van. I said, can I talk off the record? He said, yeah. I said, how long have you been doing your job? He said, 15 years. I said, 15 years, eh? Have you worked anywhere else before? He said, yeah, I used to work in the station a bit further down the road. I said, I've got a mate who worked there. Nick, he's heard this, don't go away, you're going to love the end of it. So, I said, I've got a mate who works there, you know, so I told him his badge number, and he said, oh yeah, Pete, I know him very well, yeah, brilliant, mate of mine, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, if you ring Pete up, you'll find out that I am not a criminal. I've never been in trouble in my life with police for anything. So I might have had a couple of speeding tickets and all that nonsense, but I'm a peaceful man. He said, I've seen that on the record. So he's obviously looked up my record before the arrest. And I said, so, do you remember your police oath? And he said, 15 years ago. I said, well, I'll just remind you of it now. Part of your oath was to uphold all fundamental human rights and protect the people. He said, yeah, that's right, yeah. I said, well, do you know what my fundamental human rights are? He said, no.
At least to run. Yeah.
Which I found very disturbing.
Yeah. That's great.
Right? And I said, well, let me tell you right now, Constable, you are violating them. You have made a legal determination that a judge in Carnarvon Court would not make. He recognised that I was the man and not a piece of paper legal fiction. You have just made a legal determination that I am the legal person, and I'm not. So I suggest you be very, very careful what you do from now on. And I said, and that's all I've got to say on the matter. So I'm just doing my job. Go ahead and do your job. So we went into the custody suite, went in front of the sergeant, and he said, okay, name. I said, no comment. He said, look, we can do it two ways. You can do it the hard way or the easy way. If you want the easy way, you'll comply. If you want the hard way, I'll stick it in a cell till Monday morning, and I'll have you up in front of a judge and let him decide what he's going to do with you. Or you can do it my way, and you can give us the details, and you'll be out in half an hour. I said, I'm not trying to be awkward, I'm just trying to stick up for myself. He said, you are trying to be awkward. What's your name? And the policeman who arrested me said, David Jones. And I went, okay, carry on. What's your date of birth? And he'd written it down on his hand. And he said, 19th of the 5th, 1987.
That's all right.
Yeah. I told you, names and dates and all have been changed. I'm not telling you my date of birth. I had a bit of milk round, all right. So anyway, I do believe, I mean, I'm not legally trained, but I do believe he's just took power of attorney over me. And I went, oh, you shouldn't have done that, mate. But anyway, this, that and the other. Half an hour later, he got let out, released on bail. Right, and I have a charge sheet here, and it says, you are charged with the offence shown below. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention it now. Something which you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Number 1, arrest on warrant number blah 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 issued by Carnarvon magistrates on the 11th of September for failing to appear for road traffic offences.
You were there.
It's all here, folks, you can all read it by all means. So then I had a little bit of toss around with me. I had one little letter that I did send to the solicitor of the court, which was back in August. In response to your letter dated the 13th of August informing of the new date and time place for hearing, I respectfully bring to your attention the Bill of Rights 1688, Chapter 2, 1, Will and Mar, Section 2. I notice that in this Act under the grants and forfeitures, all grants and promises of fines and forfeitures of particular persons' property before convictions are illegal and void. Blah blah blah. I won't bother going through any more of that, because let's get to the meat and bones now. So I was supposed to appear at, according to this charge sheet, at 10 o'clock. And according to the court paperwork, I was supposed to turn up at 12 noon. If I'd have turned up at 12 noon, they had the right at 10 o'clock to hear the case, because the sergeant behind the desk said, no, it's 10 o'clock. If you appear at 12 noon, they may have heard your case, in which case they will put a prison sentence on you, or can put a prison sentence on you. So turn up at 10 o'clock, although on the court paperwork it says 12 o'clock. It doesn't say 12 o'clock, it says 12 noon. Bit of skullduggery going on there, I don't know. But anyway, given in mind all the paperwork that I've put in and letters I've written, and I'm David the Jones family, I'm being totally ignored. I thought, right, I'm going to do something here. I'm going to take. So I went to the registry office, got a copy of the birth certificate fiction, which cost me 10 quid. And I put it in an envelope along with my person's driving licence, and I drove to Carnarvon Court on Tuesday. Hang on, what day are we?
Wednesday. Yesterday.
Last Tuesday. Not yesterday, last Tuesday. So I drove there last Tuesday. And it says, to the clerk of justice, enclosed is the legal person, legal fiction in brackets, Mr. David Jones, along with the legal person's driving licence. I, the man, David the Jones family, will be appearing to settle this matter as principal creditor and authorised representative of, all capitalised, Mr. David Jones. I would like some courtesy when I attend, as the last time I was forcibly removed out of court by 2 gas fitters at my last appearance. I am not the property. This is where I think this talk tonight has come in. Right? I think this letter has done what it did. I am not the property, serf or slave of the corporation known as the United Kingdom PLC, all capital, or the United Kingdom Lower Capital Limited, or any other corporation. I, when at the hearing on the 9th of October, retain all my human rights in whichever convention or declaration they appear, along with all my inalienable rights and my God-given rights as a man. These rights are not negotiable, and I may require an interpreter at the hearing. Now, I was waiting for them to get in touch with me, say what language you want in, and I would have said legalese, a business expert in business language, and also an expert in Masonic language. That's what I would have said, right? At arm's length, none assumption, without ill will, without vexation, non-frivolous. So I said that on Tuesday. On Friday I got disclosure of unused material, which was packed that thick, of all the things I'd sent to them, all the things they sent to me, all the evidence that they've got, you know, the camera and statements. Did I tell you about the sergeant who came to the house?
No.
No. The sergeant came to us to deliver the letter and he said, "Are you Mr. Dave Jones?" And I said, "Is that a statement or a request?" And he said, "Are you Mr. Dave Jones?" And I said, "No, he's upstairs in the drawer. Would you like me to go and get him?" And he went, "It's going to be a long day." True, all this is true. And I said, "Yeah, it will be a long day." I said, "What are you here for?" He said, "Well, I've got this document I've got to